She is blue, representing Storm Gaming. It is Nina.
Oh yes, spawning at the bottom right corner. He is from Root Gaming, the Protoss NA player, Rob.
Oh boy. And I knew when I saw the groups, when I saw what matches we were going to be casting, I'm like, I need to get Cristiano in here. There's all these Protosses, there's the TVPs, ZVPs, and there are the PVPs. I know he's going to have plenty to talk about me.
Oh, it's hell, man. It's so stressing.
You're like, oh, I hate it. Get me out of here. Get me.
It's stressing because you always have to be forced to go for a double gate if you don't want to get all in. And if you go for one gate expand, it's a little bit of a risk. But if you're a player with experience, you can handle a lot of all-inish situations. But it's just a game of experience, you know. You need to have a lot of experience in PvP in order to get ahead, because it's a mirror match. It's a fact. But when things start to go just a little different, it's a whole mess. If I go for Oracle and the other player goes for Phoenix, although we both started with Stargate, the game changes completely and a whole world opens, a whole new world. So it's really amazing to see a PvP game. And there's also the fact that sometimes you just win because of luck. So luck is another factor that's very present in this game. It's so hard to cast PvP because I feel like it goes back and forward, decisions, clown fiesta. There's a lot of clown fiesta in PvP, if you guys can see it, because of the disruptors. The disruptors are such a clown fiesta unit.
There's so much that comes into play. There's a reason why we've said it plenty of times. PvP is the most volatile matchup, period, especially out of all the mirror matchups. Anything can happen, whether it's disruptors, whether it's DTs, oracles. Like, there's just so much that can come into play here. And we already see a little bit of a divergence as Rob opens up with a Stargate.
Yes, he's going for probably Oracle. He goes for the expansion as well. And it's very strange because normally when you go Stargate, you go for Adepts. You go for the Adepts because you have to keep the opponent at his base. That's the purpose of the Adept. You take control of the map and you can see you force the opponent to do a lot of actions at the same time with that Adept. So the Oracle can be more efficient. Those are the basic logics, but this time Rob is going to play a little bit of a mind game. He's gonna be like, look, I made a couple stalkers, probably the sentries are going on the way, but there's no sentries. Here comes the Stargate. So I'm pretty sure that Nina, once she scouts the Oracle, she's gonna be a little bit surprised, but I'm pretty sure she's got the tools to defend us.
Yeah, exactly. As the Oracle is going across the map, we have plenty of Stalkers here, Sentries as well, to go for that scout, as Nina is playing a little bit safer. That's why her natural bases are a little bit later compared to her opponents. But again, she's here at her natural. Her main is a little bit exposed, so there's a lot of potential for this Oracle to deal damage, as Nina does not scout this with her probe.
Unluckily, she's not gonna get the scout, and the natural base is a little naked, but because of the battery shield, now it's going to be protected. Rob sees that the natural is still not fully saturated, that is not up and running, so he's going to stay with the Oracle back for just a little bit. He wants to have the second Oracle because he knows that at this timing the probabilities of oh my god, she scouted it.
The probe moved just at the right moment. She does see it. Meanwhile, the Oracles, they still dive in anyway. 4 probes, 5. No, the army, it mismoved. Oh my god.
Oof. And Rob uses these oracles like a god. You know how hard it is to micro the oracles? It's really hard to do that accuracy, and he just did it like a god. So I congratulate him for doing that move. And Nina, somehow she got in shock. She was like, oh my god, 2 oracles in my natural. She just got surprised. She wasn't expecting it because I told you before, normally oracle players go for Adept, so she does not have the tools now. She only only has a couple stalkers. Blink is on the way. She's gonna snipe a single oracle, but at the cost of what? There's, I think, 11 probes going down right now.
Yeah, 11 probes went down in total for one oracle. That was well worth it there for Rob. On top of that, as you were saying, Rob even scattered everything in the main base. He saw the Twilight Council, he saw the Forge as well. He knows about the opener of Nina.
Yeah, and now Nina is in trouble. She needs to go for a move that forces Rob to delay the third Nexus or to cause a lot of damage. Any cost-efficient trade that Nina can get will be a pure superiority to her. It's hard to play in these types of situations because you cannot take gases to the natural. If you take gases on the natural, you're telling the opponent that you're going for robotics pay. So the only thing you can do now is take only one gas in order to produce a lot of stalkers. But if you go for the fourth gas, you're telling the opponent you're going for an all-in. So she needs to be careful right now. She does not have the necessity of taking the third just yet. Instead, I think the best move would be to just push the third and try to delay that base so that she can go further ahead in army supply.
Exactly, and as you say that, more gateways are finishing up for Nina. Oh god, as you said, she has to make something happen here, especially after that opener. That third base is looking pretty exposed. You know, maybe it's a juicy target, I should say, for Nina. As, oh my god, she throws down a Dark Shrine.
Oh yes, here comes the NA Protoss. That's what I wanted to see. Something that you just never expect to happen, you know. And now Nina's gonna take the third base. She's gonna play from behind. She knows it. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna play from this position. Most probably Rob is gonna see this and he is going to attack, and because of this move she's forcing him. It's like an invitation: come to my base, please be aggressive so my DTs can attack you and get a lot of economical damage.
Yeah, the problem is that her army isn't really here in position. It's gonna force a cancel and the Dark Shrine isn't done yet. So this is a really scary moment, I feel, especially because Blink is done, right? If Rob wanted to, he could try and blink into the main. Ooh.
Yeah, nice micro from Nina. She's able to snipe the Observer, which is a very important move. Rob as well, nice micro. He's able to snipe a couple stalkers. He's trying to delay as many time as possible the third base of Nina, and now he's got a completely saturated third base. He knows he's in a good spot, so he now needs to play a bit defensive. The advantage of these Blink Stalkers is that you can be aggressive and not suffer any damage because you can always escape. Now let's see what goes on. Oof,
yeah,
nice Blink.
And something that I'm really concerned about is that Rob is kind of ready for this. Like, cannons are being thrown down, you know, at his third base. Like, if DTs did show up, he would be perfectly fine against them. We do see him once again just, you know, applying some pressure here, delaying the third base for as long as possible. Like, Rob is still, I feel, in control of this game.
Yeah, Nina is going for that army supply advantage. That's why she took the third a bit delayed. But the problem is, it's just gonna be for a timing, you know, perhaps 1-2 minutes with army supply. After that, Rob, because of his economical income, he's gonna have so many gates. Gonna be with a lot of zealots. Now, as you guys can see, he's putting his own Dark Shrine, fourth base on the way, and Nina's trying to nice shift Blink micro.
Oh yeah,
Nina's just trying to do anything she can. She's in trouble right now.
That she is. As you said, there were some nice moves there by Rob, and he does escape. The third base is on the way. Nina, she's actually looking to go into Disruptors from here, which personally, I respect. Like, I love that she's taking up and already working on this before Rob, and that's the advantage that she's going to have. We've seen time and time again, you can be behind, but mate, a couple of Disruptor shots, a couple of Purification Novas, and you can close that gap.
Yes, Nina knows it. She's been in... I've seen her playing ladder. Sometimes she's in such a bad spot, but because of this beautiful unit, this can happen. Comebacks can happen. Just one mistake from the opponent and you can come back. That's the interesting part about this unit.
Yeah.
So Nina is still in the game. She's trying to maintain that army superiority, but Rob now with his economy, he can start to go aggressive, to transition into different tech, and to get better upgrades.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, do you have a
Oh,
blink
no.
forward? Oh my god, the disruptor! Oh.
That was so close. That was so greedy for Rob. He saw he had not many stalkers. Why did you blink so aggressively? It was a very interesting choice from Rob. I would have done that because I've seen more stalkers from Nina. Oh, it was very greedy, but it's working out. The Zealots almost delayed that base. Now Rob is trying to snipe that cannon, but nice defense from Nina in that position. Now those stalkers are trying to snipe the Nexus, but the Disruptor is gonna push away that army. I love how Nina is playing.
Yeah, definitely. She was there in position to shut down the War Prism and push away the army of Rob as well. But I feel like Rob, he still was able to force a denial on this fourth base. And as all this was happening, he has been working on his own disruptors. They're on the way, but they're not ready yet.
Yes, now he does not have any battery shields. There are coming some battery shields on the way, but nothing that... Oh my god, the disruptor shot! It was such a nice disruptor shot. He was able to dodge it, but now he needs to buy time. He needs to get a higher army supply. Nina knows that her production will not be able to keep up with Rob's production. That's why she backs up. Although she knows she still has an army advantage.
Yeah, and the problem is that now Rob, the disruptors, they're out. The first one, the second one's about to pop out. The shield batteries are done. Overcharge is going to be available here as well. Oh god, the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to be for Nina.
Oh, that disruptor shot was nice. And now battery overcharge on the way. Another disruptor shot. This is what I was talking about. Now another disruptor shot from Rob. It's nice. Disruptor. And now both disruptor shots are just murdering all the stalkers. The army supply from Rob is very low. He needs to be more defensive. Now he goes for a blink forward, very risky blink forward, but he gets the prize. Now, oh my god, another nice disruptor shot from Nina. And this is just so hard to cast because both players are giving blows to each other. You just don't know who's winning.
You say both, mate. It's clearly Nina who's coming ahead when it comes to those purification overs. She just keeps finding connections time and time again. Again, she finds another connection. So many disruptors remaining here for Nina. We do see a couple of purification overs coming out for Rob, but it is not enough. Nina, her control is just too good.
Too good. Yes, Nina control is just too much. She is just murdering now Rob with pure micro. The disruptors have not been killed. She's been able to get a lot of disruptors. Those disruptors traded efficiently, and that is why Nina now is up in army supply, in economy, and it's amazing how Rob, from such an amazing position, was able to lose. But look.
I love the idea. I love the idea there for Rob, but you know what? That was his only purification ever. Meanwhile, another one connects her on the Zealots and we're warping in. Rob, he's trying to defend as best he can, but the disruptor shots just keep connecting. There's a reason why we call them the Great Equalizer. Nina takes game number 1.
Yeah, I felt like Rob should have had more units. I don't know where the minerals went. He should have had more units. He had the third base completely up and running. And perhaps there was a macro mistake on the game. I'll love to watch that game again because it's hard for me to process how Nina was able to keep up in army supply even though she was in such an ugly economical position.
Yeah, exactly. I have to imagine part of it came down to, if you recall, things escalated very quickly. If you recall, Rob first was across the map with his Warp Prism, and he warped in a massive wave of DTs, actually, in the main base of Nina. And when that was shut down, I imagine that was a pretty big investment that didn't pay for itself, right? And then, boom, it was go time. Nina went across the map. Rob even invested in a second Robo as well for double disruptor production. That didn't really come into play either. It's hard to say. Regardless, as we were saying, even though he wasn't able to keep up with the army supply, Nina, just her disruptor control was just beautiful, mate.
Yeah, you're completely right. The trades from Rob were not efficient. He wasted a lot of Zealots, a lot of DTs, and that made Nina come back from a very tough game. She did a really good defense, and let's see how it goes right now.
Yeah, now we're getting into game number 2, and what I will say is that again, it's not necessarily like this match was one-sided, right? Like Rob, he had a very strong opening, as we were saying, as we were praising from him. So he definitely can go toe-to-toe with these players. As I apologize a little bit there. On the screen, it looks like the UI is a little bit messed up, but here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres, LE. This is not Scarlet off racing. This is because the screen says Scarlet. It's not Scarlet. I apologize. We have the American Protoss. He is red. It is representing Root Gaming. It is Rob.
And oh well, representing in the top right corner, she is one of the best players I've seen in NA. I'm pretty sure she's gonna have a very good run in this game. She is from Sidestorm Gaming, Nina.
Here we go. Again, I apologize. It looks like there was a bit of a mistake when it came to the logos mod that we use, and the wrong players were selected. The wrong players were selected when we were getting into this game. So on the screen, it says Pili Pili versus Scarlet. It's Rob versus Nina.
It would have been awesome to cast that game, honestly. But as you guys can see, Scarlet's off race is just Protoss, so it's gonna be a PvP. But honestly, Rob has been playing real good. His opening was real nice. Now he's going for an aggression. He perhaps is going to go for a 3-gate pressure, maybe 4. We can even see a Stargate coming up. I'm pretty curious to see. There you go. That's the gate. That's a 3-gate pressure, everybody.
Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. We have 3 gates up and running here for Rob. And I said Nina, she does go across the map. She will scout. She will see that a pylon is missing in the main. But again, she doesn't really know what is coming her way.
I think Rob is a bit nervous. He made a lot of basic mistakes. First, he made a sentry and stalker, then he canceled it. Yeah. He forgot to make the upgrade for the cybernetics core. It was delayed for like 15 seconds, and because of it, Nina now has a technological advantage. Her units will be made more faster. And that will be a key factor on the defense of her natural base. So I'm really scared for Rob. Hopefully, with his army supply advantage that he will gain from these 3 gates, he will be able to do at least some damage to even up things.
Definitely. I saw that as well. I was shocked when I saw the sentry. I was like, what? I mean, I'm sure he's still going to dedicate to this, as again, the Stalker production is continuing. He's going to be sending it across the map. And even though like he did blunder the beginning a little bit, like there is still power here in this push. I say that, but yo, yes. Nina, she's already got a sentry, a shield battery on the way.
Yeah, that's the thing. Timings here are very key factor in order to say if you're going to defend, if you're going to do damage or not. And now Nina scouts this pylon. This pylon provides vision for a possible Oracle. I forgot to say the name of the line of the Stargate. You know, you put like a rally point. That's the name. Yeah, that's the possible rally point of the Oracle. That's why Rob put a pylon there. But he just lost a really important structure. Now he'll lose minerals to this push. And because of that, Nexus is going to be a little bit delayed. Rob is in a real tough spot. And he has put himself into this. Nina did absolute nothing. It's very... sad to see this, you know, because Rob is a real good player, and now he has to play from behind.
He really does, but the Adepts, they do shade into the main base. There was no block there, so probes are going to start going down.
Oh yes, that's what Rob needed. Now he needs to make sure he gets at least 5 probes with that, the adepts are gonna be traded so efficiently. 4 probes is also good, but you always look up for more damage. He's gonna get a stalker. It's gonna be stalker for a stalker. It's an even trade also. Now he's gonna start to keep up with this pressure. He needs to use these 3 gates, otherwise it's not gonna be worth it. That's why he keeps on sending units, but Nina already has everything to not die against this.
Yeah, exactly. This time she's on point with her pylon block. She does not allow the shades to get into her main base. She does defend beautifully here. And behind this, again, Nina, I was a little bit surprised here. She doesn't have the Twilight Council behind this, not working on her own forge, prioritizing that Robo and the Immortals instead.
Yes, she wants to go for a robotics bay push, specifically Immortal Prism. It's a very interesting choice because she knows that immortals are going to be a key factor in breaking the super battery from Rob. I like the decision because she knows, because she's got a better economical lead, she can go throughout these types of moves. You don't always go for these moves, and it's very risky, but in this game it's a very reasonable choice, so I like it.
Definitely. Oh boy, as she's already got the first Robo out here. She's actually okay, sorry, I was a little bit confused there. I thought I saw a second Robo on the way. No. It is a Twilight Council behind this here for Nina. She does finally break out of that contain.
Okay, so things change now. All I said before now is trash because Nina loves to make me look ridiculous. She goes for the Twilight in the Forge, which means that she wants to go for a third base. And probably she made the Immortal because she's afraid that there will be a lot of Stalkers waiting to bust the natural base. So it's just a measure of security. The Immortal will be there. It's an insurance policy, you know? The Immortal is there to save anything if anything goes wrong. And now she finds the pylon, which is very important. Rob will not be able to use this gateway any longer, and he's got blink on the way. Why did he blink forward? Very strange decision.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, Nina does clean up the pylon, as you were saying. But the Stalkers of Rob are now here across the map, looking to try and deny this base. They do get revealed by the scouting Stalker of Nina, but does she have enough army to really stop this from denying her third?
Yeah, as you can see, Nina is not moving. She's gonna keep her positioning because she knows that army supply is very high. The risk of losing her army is very high. So because she scouted before that there was no third base, she can allow this, you know, as long as she can be alive. Because of that Immortal, she's gonna have an advantage.
Oh yeah, that she is. Meanwhile, force fields are thrown down. A couple of Stalkers for Rob do get picked off as overcharge is being popped.
Yes, and now Rob is doing an amazing job at keeping the pressure on. The Immortal is still alive, which is the most important unit in this defense. If that Immortal dies, Nina's gonna be in trouble. That's why she made the War Prism. She can micro Immortal whenever she wants, and she can transition into an own aggression.
That she can, but she has to be so careful here as, oh my god, the War Prism gets taken out and the Immortal was inside!
The prediction! Rob knew she was going to do that. That's why he focused down the War Prism first. Nice choice. And now Nina is in trouble. Rob knows he can either keep up the pressure or take a third base. He's gonna do both because he's got the balls to do it. And I love that.
Oh my god, there we go. And thank you so much, Icecar, in the chat. Okay, the names are now correct here for our players. I was unaware that Shift N did that, thank god. Now we do have the correct player names being shown. Meanwhile, Nina's in a really rough place, right? So much of that Robo time was wasted now on that Immortal, on that War Prism. And what's scary right now is that Rob, he doesn't just have a third base behind this. He also has a robotics bay. Disruptor production is imminent here for Rob.
Yes, it's amazing how things are going forward, back and forward. Nina now is in trouble, but she's had a lot of gates. So she can transition into an aggression as long as she can get a War Prism. If she does not get a War Prism, the only thing she can do is get a third base and play from behind.
Oh god, exactly. Meanwhile, honestly, she's trading pretty well here. Like, a lot of these Stalkers are getting picked off.
She just sniped like 5 stalkers for free. Rob desperately going back to his base because he knows he's got the economical advantage. There's no purpose in losing all those stalkers. And nice trade from Nina. She was able to equalize all the damage Rob did with his own stalkers.
Yeah, and you were talking about Rob maybe being a little bit nervous previously, and I feel like that may be coming into play here because, I mean, sure, he's trading well here. He catches a lot of stalkers of Nina. Nicely done. He does trade favorably. Oh my god, the Immortal!
Ooh. Nice move from Rob. He knew it. He wanted to go for it. And because of it, now he's got a better army. Nina, only stalkers left. And is there any other tech coming in this game?
That's what I was worried about. This robo has been done for a long time. It's been done for minutes, and it just hasn't been used. Meanwhile, Nina finally got her own up and running, and despite like the opening, despite like the order of the buildings, like she's gonna be the first one with disruptors.
Yeah, and at any moment, Nina can now stay on that position. As you can see, Nina's got her own third base, which is up and running. So she's stabilized, but she's still in a bad position because now Rob's got control of the entire map. She's playing on the defensive, and now Rob is taking his own fourth base because of this map control. Let's see how Nina can defend all these attacks that Rob is proposing. And if she's able to trade efficiently, she can do the same thing as last game. Come back with disruptors.
I was about to say the exact same thing. I'm like, yo, I'm getting deja vu. Rob, he's ahead in the economy. He has a larger army. But you know what? Nina, she's done it before. She can do it again in this very same series with, as you said, her disruptors, mate.
Yes, disruptors coming on the play. Now Rob recognizes this. He's like, okay, I don't want to go through this again. I'm going to make disruptors immediately. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to keep on gate units. I'm just going for it. And I love it. Rob is learning from his mistakes. I'm glad to see that. And now he's not being completely aggressive. He knows that Nina's defense is very, very good. So he's just going to propose confrontal attacks. He's going for just one part of the map and try to force the issue.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the first disruption does not connect. It gets sniped there by Nina. Nicely done. And she still has her own behind this as she does force Rob back.
Yes, and another disruptor is going to be probably killed. But let's see if... Yes, that's a good trade for the disruptor, but it's still going to be killed. And this Clown Fiesta starts to come into a good place, a very comfortable place.
Yeah, and this is scary because Nina, she just sniped 2 disruptors, and just like last game, she has kept her own alive. She will start accumulating them over time as she's going across the map, but she has to be careful because, again, Rob still has had the superior economy. He still is able to just continue keeping up that disruptor production.
Yeah, it's very interesting how Nina's control has been able to last this game longer. She's been able to buy herself a lot of opportunities just because of her micro. And now the Zealots are doing a lot of damage on the natural base, and she's only defending with a single battery, which is amazing. Just to let you know, guys, she's been so damn efficiently with such little units that I think she's gonna be able to defend this if she does not eat a disruptor shot.
Yeah, exactly. The third base will go down. Oh, the disruptors are recalled. They're gonna be sniped as one of them does go down just barely in time. And oh my god, behind this Rob, he's getting a 5th base, mate. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Just like you always say, why not? He's got the advantage. He's got the map control. He can do whatever he wants. That's the thing. Nina does not have the tools to punish any of these economical attempts from Rob because she needs to be on the defensive. Rob at any moment can just blink on top of you and kill everything. So and that's what's gonna happen now to the third base. At least Nina has got very good reflexes. She's gonna cancel that Nexus. Let's see if this disruptor is gonna get killed. Nicely done from Nina. And this is starting to get more tense. As Nina accumulates more disruptors, this could be a very even fight.
Yeah, like again, like the army supplies is still very close here. Nina, she's just waiting for one big engagement, and if it goes her way, then she can go for the counterattack. Then she can finally gain that map control as she snipes another disruptor.
Yes, but Rob nicely placed. He's gonna start killing all the nexus that he sees with a couple zealots, with a couple rumbites, with the disruptor pressure. He's gonna try to overrun. Oh my god! What a disruptor shot!
Not again! Not again! So many disruptor shots went
Another
down.
disruptor shot.
Yeah, the disruptor count is just
no.
reset. Essentially, we have 2 more coming in here for Rob, but Rob, mate, you can't afford these trades.
Just one of the weaknesses from Rob is his micro. It's been really tough for him to break Nina because he's not been able to kill Nina in this battle, in the micro battle. Nina's been able to survive all the waves from Rob just because of her micro. And that is something real hard to see in latter games. Because, for example, players that play with micro, it's hard to macro. It's very weird to say it, but players that have good micro, sometimes they leave other priorities, such as macro. So in this case, we are seeing this. Nina, it's hard for her to macro, but because of Rob's macro, he's been able to keep up with the pressure. He's losing also a lot of units.
Yeah,
both players have built stability, which is insane.
Exactly. It's one of those things where your attention and where you apply it as a player is a resource, whether you apply it to your micro or your macro. And we see that kind of dichotomy coming into play here between these 2 very different stylistic players. And again, time after time, even though Rob had such a big advantage earlier, like, Nina is still trading so well. And again, like, if another fight goes her way, mate, these bases, they're gonna start to fall.
And look how many minerals Rob has. He's so focused on this battle that he cannot macro. He's just so scared of losing units because he knows Nina's micro is much better. So he's now focusing down on his own army, and because of it, he lost a warping round, which is very important.
Yeah, exactly. And the balls, they just keep on coming between these 2 players. And Nina, like, what's impressive is that we see all this micro, and she's producing behind this, right? She keeps throwing down tech structures, throwing down more bases, like, not stopping that pro production. And over time, she may even overwhelm her opponent here. Oh my god, as more disrupt shots go off. Oh god.
Oh, she blinks forward. She knows there's no longer the disruptor support, and now Rob is in trouble. He needs to leave right now because the disruptors can be on that point.
Exactly. He lost every single disruptor. 2 more come in just in time here, but is it going to be enough as more amplification minutes are coming out?
That was so close. Nice reaction from Rob. He's been able to survive this wave, and because of Nina's pressure, now she's been able to finally established a 4th base.
The 4th is up and running. She even has the freedom to send a couple of stalkers across the map to harass the bases of Rob. At the same time, we do have a Zealot run by, so now they're both going to be harassing each other. Can Rob respond to this? Can he hold on to his own 4th base?
Yes, and one disruptor is gonna be sniped, but Nina is looking for another place. She tries to snipe one of the nexuses, and at the same time, Rob is trying to snipe that cannon, which is very important because of the detection. Oh my god.
Another disruptor went down, mate. There's only one left, and it's gone! There's only stalkers remaining here for Rob!
Rob is in real trouble. He needs a couple zealots in order to force Nina to use a lot of Nova shots, and now Nina's army supply is just too high. I don't see Rob defending this.
Exactly, the forces of Rob are going down. He knows he cannot fight this. He goes for a base trade, a base for a base. Can he do another disruptor? Oh my god.
No. And now DTs are gonna have to play a really important defensive and offensive role. There's no observers present on the map for Rob, so the DTs are gonna play a really important role. And I love how Nina starts to see every single weakness from Rob and abuses it in such a beautiful way that now she's up in supply.
Yeah, what a beautiful brain, mate. As these DTs do get warped in defensively, there is no detection, as you were saying, so this army of Rob is falling, forced to recall here into the main base. But mate, can he really hold the main against all of these goddamn disruptors?
Although there are a lot of workers that have been dying, I think Rob will not be in a good position. Nina now taking her own 5th base. She's got the map control, she's got the better positioning, she's got all the disruptors, Now she is the real god in this game.
Exactly, and she doesn't even have to push into the main. She can just take out every single other base out here remaining and force Rob down the ramp, force him to respond and fight on an open battlefield, and that's exactly what Nina wants.
Yes, and the blink forward comes in, and I think Rob is starting to process this game because he's still not defending his third base. He's just starting to give up a little bit. He's gonna try to see if he can catch up any other units, start to see if he can perhaps snipe a Nexus, but Nina just has too many disruptors.
Exactly, and now with that, Nina knows the army has left the main, so now the main is ripe for picking. The main will fall now for Rob. Rob, he's going for the counterattack for Nina's main as well, but again, Nina started first. Like this, everything here will fall far faster than what Rob can do across the map. And again, all Nina has to do is warp in DTs to defend.
Yes, indeed. And now Rob is once again, he's gonna try to snipe Nexus. The blink forward comes in, and it was in such a bad timing because Nina, in the neck of time, gets the recall. But it seems like Rob is gonna have an advantage army supply. And look at those cells, they're slow. Oh my god.
They are slow lots. Unfortunately, the disruptors were left behind. They were not recalled, only a handful of stalkers. So Rob will win this fight. He will win the engagement. But again, he still does not have detection. That lone DT is chasing everything down.
Yeah, he's only got one Nexus left. And the thing is, the observer is there. He's got two observers now. He can even snipe Nina's observer. He's able to see it. And one disruptor is gonna almost kill the entire army. Oh my god! Look at all the disruptor shots. This is just gonna be such a nice engagement from Nina. And from this point on, he knows, we know, we all know